Red Reserve obviously dropping down into here. United just take them down 3-0. That is the first time since this roster formed they haven't beaten 3-0.
That doesn't surprise me. They're an all-round fairly good team. You know, we know what Red Reserve have done all year. They put up numbers where they need to. Now, this is where it matters. Going up against Complexity. They will be the favorites, but I don't think Complexity are going to make this easy.
No, they certainly are not, and already it looks like Red Reserve are off to a big start. Joe Pennington hits it with a 4-1.
Really good start by Joe. And that's what you want to see. He had a 4 series against United as well. And currently he's absolutely frying. I mean, oh, okay, they're saying that misses a couple of shots. Blast puts an extra couple in for good measure, but Red Reserve yet to drop a point.
They certainly are not. You can already see it. Looks like Joe's trying to get in a good position as well. Joe's picking up 2 more. They are now going to start dropping just a little bit. Red Reserve only need to contest for a little while longer, and then they're going to hit the rotation. A rotation they already have.
Yeah, Red Reserve looking good here. They have already rotated the second hill, as said. Complexity eventually going to get some points on the board here, but really good start by Joe. I mean, if Joe's going 8-4 already, it bodes very badly for your team. Zero's going to pick up 3 though, 8-2 out of him. He's feeling the gas. Dashy does take him down, but really good stuff by Red Reserve. The rotation, the main street is solid, as it is the slaying.
Well, I didn't really think of this till now, but loser bracket, Red Reserve, name a better duo.
Exactly. It's a very dangerous place for Complexity to be in right now. We know how good Red Reserve are under pressure. They won't want to be here. They don't want to be here. They want to be in the winners bracket. They want to be progressing and making things a lot easier for themselves, but in the losers bracket, we know they can excel.
I just looked at the scoreboard here. 2 players, Joe and Zero, completely going off for Red Reserve and just making it so difficult. Look at that. Joe is on fire. He's got so many fans there. He is going berserk, and he's getting the last 20 seconds of scrap. And already Red Reserve on the rotation as well. They couldn't ask for a much better start here for Red Reserve.
Joe has 3 times as many kills as Complexity have points right now. That's insane. Joe is going off. Complexity eventually going to win a rotation. Joe now looking for some streaks as well. Ricky just catches him with his pants down there, and Scraps is going to have to make a move forward here. As Complexity looking to get their first substantial points of the game on the board.
They are, and they have now got that opportunity. They do have Tin all locked down in that Doc's warehouse. And it's going to be a break from Red Reserve. Complexity stacking up, ready to receive this pressure. Glidebomb actually coming in to try to get a little way into it as well. They're going to get 1. That's 2 down now. And here come Red Reserve flooding into this hill. Zero's going to be first in. He knows the player's by the window. Tries to get him spray. Eventually takes him away. And now Zero has to wait as his teammates have evaporated.
Zero just pushing forward, making sure he gets rid of Sensor, who was pushing through. 4-12 out of Doug. Need to see more from him and the whole of the Complexity squad here. If they want to take a victory in this series right now, Red Reserve are making them look silly. But here we go, Complexity do actually have some sort of control in and around Doc's warehouse. Rated not going to be able to do anything there, and Sensor and Co try and push in. Scraps is there to shut it down, not quite. They take him down. Sensor getting some kills on the board, and the chants from the crowd come through. About a 40-point lead here for Red Reserve, though, and it is well deserved.
It certainly is here, however. Don't count Complexity out. They are doing very well, and he's almost going to get his full streaks there. Not quite. Does have a glide bomb to play with, but here they come. Red Reserve, fast and furious, back into the hill again. But it is going to be Blast, who tries to answer back to 3 of his own.
The streaks from Red Reserve. Actually, it's coming from Dashy, sorry, I should say. They go in, and Complexity have locked down barrels. This would be a good gunfight for Blast to win. I have no idea how he's done it, Joe. Was shooting at Sensor as well, so it gives him an opportunity. But here we go, Dashy inside the barrels now. Complexity well and truly have caught up. Yeah, really good rotation at Doc's warehouse, getting them the majority of that time, and they've got the majority of barrels so far as well. Zero trying his best to stay alive, and here comes the cavalry as well. Ricky snaps onto Joe, but it's not enough. Red Reserve will break through. Complexity do have the spawns close back barrel.
They certainly do, and I've got to be perfectly honest with you. One of these things is already seeing is this going to be a high-tempo match from start to finish, and Rated just ends that one up, but he, no, saved. Scrap saved him, and they're going to hit the rotation now. Give them that seconds. And then run away and try to get back. Who was that? It's going to be Blast trying to come through. He doesn't manage to either. All control now for Red Reserve, and they get ready for Complexity's push.
Ricky's just going to catch Scraps out there, but I like how Rated just moved away from all the danger, made sure he got the 100 points for getting the half point. Is going to go down to Ricky, though. Good shots from waterside by him. Zero does find 2, might find the 3rd on the Sensor. And all of Red Reserve seem to be firing pretty well. Scraps at 6 and 12, though. You expect maybe a little bit more out of him, but to be honest, he doesn't really need to right now. The rest of his teammates are doing the work for him.
No, not when you've got Joe going 21 and 13, and he continues to put it up and out. Scratch is trying to turn up a little bit, looks for the 3rd one as well, not quite able to get a Complexity, holding this down in the meantime, bringing those points back bit by bit. Raiders also managed to get a streak as well. Glide bomb he managed to pick up at some point, probably on barrel.
barrels to Crane. I think he must have gotten it for the points over anyway, but either way, it's definitely something nice for Red Reserve to work with now. 0 left. Well, on his own momentarily. He's going to find 2, though. Really good work by 0. 22 and 15 out of him. 22 and 15 out of Joe as well. A really good performance by those 2 for Red Reserve, who have a pretty decent lead going into the second rotation.
They certainly do. And one thing to note here is this game could be even further apart, but really Complexity doing a big job to keep it together and keep this game close. Only realistically 1 hard point separates these 2 as we go into our second set of rotations. And now both teams posturing. You don't want to go overcommit to this and lose the kills. You see both teams looking for those angles, looking to maybe get a little bit of water control, and then try and get a bit of time.
Let's see what Red Reserve can do here. Can they extend a lead here? As you said, it is complexity with the water control. It's one of the most important things when you talk about statue if you want to get a significant amount of points. But the other set of control that you can have is belonging to Red Reserve. They've got to hold a main street. They've got to hold of the second rotation if they do indeed need it. It's looking like they will. Dashy's making the push here. He's going to find 0 after taking down Scraps. And that Joe might be the next victim. Not quite. Maybe that Joe shoot right now. Finds a second as well. The rotation though, Ricky is there, but 2 Red Reserve players making their way towards it. Ricky, take that sticky in the face, son. Complexity are there to match them.
They are an incoming glide bomb. They're going to Red Reserve will try and use this to break. They know a player's now got fire. He is going to go down that glide bomb as well. Kills now coming in from both sides, but neither team really has the big advantage here. Red Reserve are going to have the spawn, but Complexity are going to have the hill.
They're trying to push them out here towards the back, and Ricky's trying to cause all sorts of problems, but Red Reserve just can't seem to get close. They're giving them at arm's length. Then Blast is going. Oh my god! He turns and burns 2 of them. 0 and Rated going down. Complexity starting to heat up.
Well, Scraps, one more maybe now for Blast to try and take down. He is on fire. Looking for him as well. He's going to eventually get taken, and it looks like they're just challenging a little bit of this scrap time. Whereas the teammates have already rotated. So they are committing to this. Trying to get a few points down. It's Joe who's going to get a 2-piece again. Look at that third player. Doesn't have any bullets in the clip. So he is going to go down, but look at this scoreline ton. Red Reserve Complexity, we're bringing it right down at just 14 seconds.
It's been a really good turnaround by Complexity. They had a fantastic time last time we got to the Docks Warehouse. They had a good time with barrels as well. And ever since then, they've been edging away at that lead. Red Reserve still have it though. Ricky now just trying to cause some problems in and around fire. Red Reserve still in control of this hard point. Kills being traded away. The center goes down crucially as Rated would have been followed up from behind, but Dashy is going to take him down either way. Joe trades that out with a nade of his own. Complexity do have mid-map control, but Zero's trying to say something about that flying off boxes, trying to pin down some pressure, and it's only Dashy that can answer back to all of Red Reserve's questions.
And now, still holding, still waiting for it as well. They're trying to get the, I've got what? Okay, I don't know what happened there. However, Scraps is eventually going to go down. 20 seconds of scrap time for Complexity. But realistically, we're looking at that barrel rotation. Who is going to end up taking it right now? Complexity in control. You can see Rated's looking, trying desperately to find a way to the back of there. He's going to go down as well. And Red Reserve now, they have to act like a sledgehammer and go straight through the front.
Really good stuff by Complexity here. As said, they've got enough rotation. Scraps is going to be the first guy there from Red Reserve. Dasher trying to hold down this water side. Scraps just comes screaming out of it. Probably didn't expect him to come out of the hard point to take him down, but here come the rest of Red Reserve to back up Scraps. Dipping in and out. Not too far off working on streaks here. That's why he's really trying to play his life. A few kills away.
Pulling this perfectly. Scraps is starting to heat up a little bit. You can see it with the way he's thinking. He's just trying to get every single kill on the map. Zero goes in. He's going to go down. Blast tries to get out of it. He actually gets team kills going down. And Red Reserve just can't find a way into this hill. They can't break through. But here comes Joe. Joe gets one. Tries to get a snap. Nothing there for him as both teams heavily contest this.
I mean, with Joe's your head Slayer on Red Reserve, you've got to expect the rest of them to carry the rest of the slack. And right now, it's a really close game. Closer than it should be. Red Reserve were well and truly ahead not so long ago. And
it's a late rotation for Complexity as well, because they've been battling in that hill for so long. They haven't really had an opportunity to push back, but right now they're trying to. Joe picks up another 2-piece here. Red Reserve not in a position, though, to deflect this very easily. There's also a glide bomb on the side of Complexity.
Sensor.
Hey, Sensor stepped up.
He has well and truly. Great to try to do his best inside of Crane now. Ricky pushing through fire. Trying to see what he can do here as Red Reserve have set themselves up a Crane here. They need to start getting the points on the board. The kills momentarily going in favor of Complexity. Scraps is just about going to get the kill, and there's Dashy there as well. Sensor pushing through. Something to note, the game clock is really, really low already, and both these teams still about 100 points away. Bryce, this could go down the wire.
I actually think we could be seeing, for the first time that I remember, a London Docks end with the timer here. You've got to bear in mind that we go into mid-statue next, and that's usually a hill that you do see that clock go down on at least a little bit.
I mean, Doc's Warehouse is typically the one you see it, but you see it often in Barrels as well. But whether we've actually got down to 0 on the clock so far this year, I can't recall it myself either. Tell you what, I am recalling now Complexity into the lead. You never would have thought this after the start that Red Reserve had. They really have come back into this game now, and they are building it here at Statue. Couple of kills going in favor of Red Reserve.
There you go, Red Reserve clean out middle statue. Time to get their lead back here. Scraps trying to push out. And you actually see Complexity have just slowed down a little. Wait for the work to come in. Wait for the kills to go down as well. Scraps is trying to hold them off. Joe goes down. And that's a good break there from Complexity. They're going to be looking to get control and then flip and see if they can't put this game to bed.
Yeah, I think they may have left the flip maybe just a little bit too long. Now we can see Ricky thinking about trying to push through gate. Tries it. Zero finds a second as well, snapping onto Sensor, who does find a kill with the grenade on Rated and Co, but Rated is going to find 2. They have the side of spawn that they want here at Reserve. They also have the lead, but that game clock is getting dangerously low. 34 seconds remaining on that price.
It is as well, 33 seconds.
4 dead.
Not a lot to go here, but Red Reserve do have the spawn. Oh, they do have a Chaos spawn. Look at that. It's Zero coming up. He could get into the pinch position here. As long as his teammates hold it, because Zero's going to try and come behind him, but now they're all spawning out. It's only going to be Scraps. Scraps have to do some massive work in trying to do something. He's not going to be able to, and Complexity will take the lead with a full hill almost, ready to get the points.
They have a really good chance of winning it here, Pricey, just because the game clock is so low. Only 27 seconds on that one. Neither team, especially Red Reserve, can actually deal with the congestion here. They really need to try and clear them out. They're about 15 behind. They now have control. Dashi trying to say something against that. Sensor picks up 2 in the mid-map as well. Ricky looking for Joe, hunting and finding Complexity. Looking good for the map here. They can't win it quite yet, but that game timer is stupidly low. Red Reserve clear them out, though. They may get the final 20. I feel like Complexity have to really sort of deal, and they have to try and combat for this.
I don't know. You got to remember, they can just hit this rotation, get ahead, and then leave it. It's going to come right down to the wire. We are in such a dangerous position. Neither team can afford to contest here. Complexity have to hold for this. Red Reserve have to do an incredibly quick break.
They have to contest within a few seconds. If they can do that, then they can let the contest run down. Complexity take the lead. We need to see Red Reserve break right this second. Zero gets a kill on the blast. Dashi and Sensor answering back. Scrapsy G runs in. The contest is not good enough though. They need to clear them out. Sensor going massive. Scraps finds another. They need to push out. They need to get the kills because the contest means Complexity win. Red Reserve
trying to get it. It's all Scraps. Scraps has done so much work. He broke in. He's hold the hill. They're now ahead. It's 10 seconds left to go. They're going to keep trying and slaying out here. 30 seconds left to go. They can't actually win it on this hill, but anything could happen with that timer hanging over them like Damocles' sword. Any team could now walk away with this.
I have no idea what's going to happen here, Bryson, but here we go. The game timer now running down, and it's actually all right for Red Reserve if they come in here and contest it. They just need to get out. They don't really need to jump in. Raiden finds another.
They're going to do it.
They're not getting inside the hill. Red Reserve are going to take an incredible game number 1.
Oh my goodness, I had no idea what was going to happen there at the end. Was the call going to come in? Were they going to leave the hill? They ended up doing it with a massive bit to spare and said, you know what, we've got time, get out, slay out. But I have to give credit to Scraps there. You need to see that on a highlight reel, simply because of the kills he made to get in the hill and then defend it. He would not let them in.
What a game number 1.
Unbelievable.
Oh, I mean, that's putting that Prophet to test right there. The Complexity nearly came back into that one. And I feel like this is going to be a closer game than we expected, to be honest with you. I really did expect Red Reserve to come out and beat Complexity convincingly here, but really, Red Reserve there, looking a little bit shaky for me.
There was a large portion of that game where I thought Complexity were going to take it. Like, they just seemed in the better position. They seemed to have it, but like I pointed out, you know, that clock, it was very low, very early on.
Yeah. I think it was a lot of congestion around Docks the first time and the second time, and then Barrels as well can be a heavy contest hard point, and clearly so. It's not very often you get down to the timer on London Docks. 2-3-4 to 12. Red Reserve do eventually take it. St. Marie to Mont Search and Destroy next, and then London Docks capture the flag, but St. Marie, we may see that on hard point. We may see an Ardent for a Search and Destroy.
Now, it started off Red Reserve. They had, what, Joe and Zero going big, and then Scraps managed to kind of pick it up a little bit and get forward, and he should do, right? It's one of the reasons they picked him up, is they wanted that horsepower that Scraps can provide. Not just the positive vibes, as I'm sure if you followed his Twitter, you have seen with his videos every single day, but he did pick it up, and that break they had there in the end, I believe it was, he traded the first kill, took down Ricky, that was a bait and switch, got his way in, I didn't see the second kill, but then I think his teammate backed him up, he traded that as well, and then went and defended the door. So that was just massive plays for him to come through. Like I said, didn't do it alone, but he did make the kills when they needed.
On a first map between these two. Fantastic game on London Docks. Sensor and Kodo. Sensor had a really good game there, actually. He played very, very well. Got himself a glide.
Slow start, though.
Yeah, he had a really slow start, but he did start to pick it up. And I think if it wasn't for that slow start, Complexity could have been walking away with the win there.
I'll be honest with you, I thought Complexity was going to win for a good portion of that game. First few minutes, all red. Complexity then took over. And I was like, no, they've got this. They just seem to be absolutely roasting Red Reserve. And then when the timer started to come into play, I don't know whether Complexity lost a little bit of their game plan, but Red Reserve weren't going to let anything go. Also, Red Reserve has a crowd against them here by the look of it.
You reckon? It's a big Doug crowd. They love Doug. The Bravo boys over here. They've done us a solid all day, bringing the energy. Thank you very much to every single one of you. It's been a fantastic first day here at Nationwide. It's been a fantastic day number 3 of COD Champs 2018, and there's so much more to go.
Yeah, it certainly is. There we go. Probably a little sigh of relief there, as you can see the Red Reserve team now on your screen, and Big Daddy rated. He's certainly going to be a little bit happy with that one. Certainly doesn't want to go down. That team looked devastated when they walked away from United earlier on.
They still do. They really do. They need to get it out of their heads. And
I want to see Scraps. What
we need some positivity.
Scraps to be the positive one.
You would think so. But even him looks a little bit sad. There we go.
See,
crack a smile for him.
I told you. Raiders in a good mood. I knew it happened. They needed that to get over that last time. Like I said, they've never been beaten 3-0.
No, never.
Until this event. Until it mattered.
I know. I mean, they have talked a big game going into this as well. I mean, as they always do, to be fair. But really hard. They said, you know, we never felt as confident about winning an event. He said to us in the lobby, I remember, you know, he can actually visualize himself lifting the trophy on Sunday.
Yeah. Well, there's never been an EU team this highly favoured or rated coming into it, and that's not a pun. So I don't really know. That first loss to United was a big shock.
It was a big shock for me. If they'd lost it like 3-2 or something, then I would have been okay. Yeah, United are a solid team, but in the fashion that they lost it as well, it's unlike them, very unlike them. But here we go into Search and Destroy, and St. Marie Dumont and Red Reserve have a lead of 1-0.
They do, and they're going to look to capitalise on it as well. Zero will have that sniper out, looking to see if anybody peeks the stairs. And Joe's actually going to go upstairs and find one already, and he just got to, kind of got to watch that from his point of view.
Oh my God, Joe just flies.
What is up with Joe Piddington this game?
Yeah, well, he had a poor game in game number 1, so maybe making up for that one. Okay, right, Dashi finds 2, of course, with the sniper. Scraps and Rated going down, and be rude not to go with him.
Now, Dashi, this sniper obviously done the work so far, 2 kills for him. However, he's going to be looking for a different weapon moving forward. He needs that versatility, especially in a 1 versus 2 clutch. And as we can see here, be Joe and Zero versus Dashi. Can he make this? Sniper looking for the pick. He's already seen one. I think Joe saw him there as well. He's going to get that nade come out. No, quick save for him. And it doesn't matter, double nade.
Really good nade coming in there from Zero, preempts him running away and finds the kill. Dashi, however good he is with that sniper, that was always going to be quite difficult with it.
Well, interesting, there's a few snipers going on here as well. You got Zero and Dashi clearly going to have that little bit of a battle at some point, but Zero got sensor and Dashi answered straight back, so it could genuinely go either way. A lot of people are favouring Red Reserve heavily going into this matchup. They are the higher rated team. They have done incredible work against elite level teams. But it's Champs, it's Complexity, and let's be honest, we've seen stranger things happen this week.
We have. We really, really have. Red Reserve crashing out here wouldn't have been the craziest thing we've seen so far, which is insane to think. Scraps finding the first kill on the blast, but does seem as if Complexity have control of the B-bomb site now. Sensor gets that one down. Dashi forward, gonna get the kill on the Scraps as well. He's gonna get the second, surely not. Joe does take him down. 2v3, and Sensor's gonna find Rated. It's gonna find the second on the Zero as well. Good snapshot there. Zero has to get out with the sniper in his hands. Not the best place to be in, and Zero left all alone now in a 1 versus 2.
Good as health regen. He's got an FTD-44, but Sensor is equal to it and is ready for him. And now it will be 1-1 between these two teams.
Shout out to Let's Go Doug. Really good stuff from him here.
Oh, it was crisp.
Very, very crisp shots, and we sound surprised sometimes, but this guy's been around forever. Red caused Brexit? Come on!
That's just mean.
Oh, you guys have entertained me today.
All right, let's get back into this one and watch now. Red Reserve on the attack. And probably some lessons learned here. Zero's actually going to go for the same position here, but they will know about Dashi this time around.
Hit markers going down there. Scraps is escaping with his life from whatever did hit him. Zero is going to find Blast there. So Red Reserve find themselves in the best situation. They've got the first blood in every single round we played so far, but Center has answered back 3 versus 3.
And Joe will trade out for rated long-term duo. And now they have full control of B site. They have the numbers advantage. Bomb down. They really shouldn't lose this, especially with Dashi having a sniper. And he's in it. He's just going to pre-aim this now as well. I think Joe knows, though, so he's not going to really expose himself. Doesn't matter. 2 versus 2. Ricky ends up helping his teammate out. 35 seconds left to go. It looks like they're going for a split.
The sniper is such a good retaking tool on this map, though. Saying that, though, it just seems as if Scraps is quite willing to leave Zero all alone, and he has done. He's found Ricky, and Dashi will not even get a chance to scope in as Zero gets the kill. Red Reserve having another round on the ball.
They are, and again, you know, there was a kind of a thing for a little while about Red Reserve being in the loser bracket, and it just seems they need that pressure to perform.
Well, the thing is here that they haven't been playing sensational all week. They've been playing well enough to top their group, obviously, and come up against a United poor performance. But what the losers bracket might do is give them a bit of momentum, give them a bit of time to get back into their game. The thing is, though, it's cut champs. There's going to be no easy games here. You play Complexity now, you could be playing Rise very soon as well.
Other teams have found out as well. Teams you think wouldn't take on bigger teams have brought everything to this event. It's all about Call of Duty Championship. I cannot even begin to explain the level of pressure, the level of expectation of some of these players.
Dashi's found himself in a sensational spot. Scraps does just about catch him, and now Blast in a 1 versus 4. Red Reserve looking good to go 3-1 up in the well. Rated cleans up. Red Reserve looking good in the search and destroy as well.
They seem to have hit their stride on this one, and it's just a lot of big plays coming out from their players as well. They're winning big gunfights, 2-3 pieces of Scraps, as you can see, in a good place kind of mentally. And you can actually kind of see the stress on his face as well, you know, the usual cheeky chap, as we call him, Scraps. Very, very focused. They know they cannot afford to slip up now, as a single slip up crashes them out of this tournament. They failed this time, get top 16.
I think they need to get through this game, and tomorrow's another day. It's very, very difficult from this point. The only saving grace is, you know, in the losers bracket when they've done it, these big open events is significantly bigger than this. This losers bracket's really not as big. Dashi is finding big nades, though. We're rating Zero go down, and Sensor wins an important gunfight against Scraps, and Joe is left in a 1 versus 4. But as I said, the losers bracket in Champs is not massive. It is not going to be one of those ones where you find yourself having to play 8 games before you get to the finals. No.
But that's the other thing here, is that, I've got to be perfectly honest with you, it's not easy to win from the losers bracket.
No, it really isn't.
And that's what they're here for. That's what Red Reserve, they're fed up of second places, they're fed up of third places. They have been dedicated to try and get that win this weekend.
Bravo, boys! Woo! Yeah, we love it over here.
The crowd at this event, actually, even for a Friday, is really good.
It's really, really good.
The noise you can hear all the way from the backstage in the green room. Just continue chanting, cheering, loving this game all the way through. And right now, Zero and Scraps duoing up to reduce complexity to just 2 members and no map control.
Sensor and Ricky really not in any good position to do something here. You're very right. The map control lies with Red Reserve. Sensor now making his way towards A. Scraps may be there to shut it down. Does have help from his teammates from mid-map as well, so he's not all alone. Could do with finding one to make things easier. It's going to get pushed upon by Sensor, who finds him. Joe does take down Ricky. Doug Sensor Martin in a 1 versus 3.
Here we go. This is the stuff Doug dreams are made of. Not that.
Oh well.
I was about to go on a big rant then about Doug, but it didn't really work out for him, and it seemed to be another clinical round from Red Reserve as they continue on in this search and destroy.
Oh, Zero looks angry. I have a feeling that previous series is definitely still playing on the mind.
Yeah, so they should be as well. Do you know they've played 4 CTFs so far this week? They've won 0.
It's not a good omen, really,
It's not.
is it?
It's really not.
It doesn't bode well.
Now, admittedly, they had a few excuses for their CTFs.
Okay.
They said the first one, they could have gone to overtime, but they tried to win it. The last one, they didn't really matter that much, and the middle one, they did actually lose legitimately. So, I don't know how to take that, whether that's just pro players just talking, or do we just take the stat line and the fact they have actually lost 4?
I think it's definitely prevailing. You know, you get into the habit of losing it, don't you? That's the thing. You really want to be making sure you are getting some wins under your belt just for confidence. And the Search and Destroy win is on its way, I feel. 5-2 here now. Red Reserve looking very, very good here.
There's so little talk about this game because every time we get into the start of a round, it's already over.
The first bloods, I wouldn't be surprised if every single one of them has went over to Red Reserve.
Well, right now they are on map points. Could go 2-0 up in this series, and if you're Complexity, you're wondering what on earth is going on.
I mean, they're really struggling with their initial engagements, and they're fighting a losing battle straight away. There's 1 first blood out of 7 so far went over to Complexity.
Well, let's see if they can do a little bit better now. Just 4 more rounds, and they can walk away with this win. Dashy with the sniper, ready to snap. Looking desperately searching. I think he saw a shoulder pick there. Scraps saw him and said, "Oh, yeah, I'm done. I am out of there."
Doesn't fancy it, and rightfully so. We've seen what Dashy has been doing with that sniper all season long.
Another first blood. 0 is going to go down.
3 versus 3 now. Ricky, Dashy, and Blast trying to get this bomb down. It's over towards A as well. It's not the worst position for it to be in.
Scraps is playing really far back and really passive. He's watching that cross.
Good gunfight for Blast to win now. Ricky and Blast trying to do it against Joe and Scraps.
They are as well, and it looks like they're determined that that's going down at A. They're trying to get into a little bit of position here. Blast versus Scraps. This could be the big fight.
He's going to wait on Joe coming.
All patience here for Scraps. The wrong bit of timing could take him down. But he doesn't see anybody, and that's so frustrating because he has no information. He has no idea the layout now of Complexity. Does see it eventually. It's not going to be able to get him, surely not! Oh, it does. Tends to take that one down. Doesn't get turned off, but it is going to be a 1v1. And with 17 seconds left to go, that patience may not play off.
That's unfortunate. I think he needed Joe to start pinching a lot quicker because I think that's what he was waiting on. The grenade goes on the bomb side. Scrapsy G in a bad spot. Ricky snaps with the pistol and gets Complexity's 3rd round now.
Look at that. Full confidence. I think Scraps crouched at the wrong time and all his bullets were hitting the barrel.
He likes to do that in gunfights, this Scraps. He bobs. I don't know if you noticed. He really likes to crouch a lot. He's up and down, up and down, up and down. Grand finals on Bravo or Riot. Thank you very much.
This guy's got an infinite amount of signs, or they're very quickly wiping clean and rewriting them.
Yeah, they love it.
All right, let's find out as we go onto the attack once again. Red Reserve, and it will be 0 looking for this one. He's going for it and gets that straight away. Another first blood for Red Reserve, but it is traded out straight away.
That's 8 out of 9 so far for Red. Find themselves with a pretty decent lead. They would like to probably close it out now. I think a 5-4 is a lot closer, isn't it? It feels a lot tighter. If they can end this now, I think they'll be fairly happy going into the 3rd map with a 2-0 series lead.
Here we go. Joe about to make a shoulder peek here with his teammate looking for it as well. Does call it out perfectly. Sensor goes down, and now they have control of the bomb site. They have left Scraps in what I like to call the hook position as well, watching for anybody flanking. And it's going to be Ricky and Dashy. 2v3 to make this happen. Here they go. Patience. For 1A looking for it. Joe's automatically got it down, and he is going to go down as Raided will throw his grenade in there as well. And what looked like could have been a big push, stalled at the first signs. Joe had it, and Raided was with him. And they just drew it up and said, if you're going to come through that narrow choke point, that's going to be way too easy for us.
Yep. Just a normal day at the office here for Red Reserve so far. Looking very, very solid throughout this whole series. You know, the hard point got a little bit shaky at times, but the S&D was very, very clinical from them. First bloods and just worked on the numbers every single time, and it's been very, very good for them so far. 2-0 up.
Yeah, it certainly has, and a lot of people, that's where you kind of thought this was going to go, right? Red Reserve should be the better team here. They're the higher ranked team. They've had better results all year long. The only caveat to that is the Doug sensor magic that everyone seems to think keeps happening.
Finish what your brother began and get Doug out. Oh, he don't want it. You are a brave boy.
Well, we found the Red Reserve fan. And on that note, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. We will be right back for map number 3 right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty World League here in the Nationwide Arena presented by PS4. We are live, ready for map number 3. And of course, big love to the crowd coming on over at Bravo. They're enjoying it. And Tan said, this time you do get a gun show.
No, I didn't say that!
Why will you not help the crowd? They've been giving us gun shows.
Right. Okay, if I give the gun show, I want to hear the loudest scream you've ever given on Bravo.
It's going to be impressive guns.
Right, you ready?
Right, you ready?
Are you ready? Are you ready?
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Now
you went for it. You went for it as well. All right. Well, if you are just watching us and wondering what's going on here, of course, it is Red Reserve versus Complexity. And Complexity are 2-0 down. And I'm just wondering whether or not they can come back.
They may well do at this point. CTF has not really been Red Reserve's best game of this week.
No, they've played 4, lost 4.
Yeah, so I mean, there's definitely potential for Complexity to do something here, and kicking it off his sensor, not able to quite get that kill against Joe, but Austin Rookie are able to answer back, and the immediate pressure will be from Complexity.
Well, now they're going to try so they're actually going straight for that flagpole as well. As Ray is the only person who can defend, and he is going to defend perfectly and shut them down. Yeah,
Dashi's still there, and this might still be able to be picked up.
That'd be a dive.
Scraps is going to get rid of it. He is. And Dashi now still in control of barrels. That's what you want. Complexity will deal with that. Dashi snapping right now. Zero's there, and Zero is dead. And he is going to be chased down by Joe there, though, as Dashi. And Joe managed to survive a little bit longer than expected, but still Complexity have that control on barrels. It's such an important thing on this map. If you're attacking the way Red Reserve are attacking right now, you want control of fire. If you're attacking the way Complexity are, you want control of barrels.
Right now, it's all pressure from Complexity. They're just keeping Red Reserve pinned back, not allowing them to break out at all here. And it could be Dashi, could be an issue as well. He's still alive. Joe's rushing forward to get some map control, but they don't know where he is. You can actually see what Scraps is looking for him, knowing they haven't got him on the map yet. So important. Now Dashi's gone down. You see Scraps come forward. You see Raiden come forward. Zero. They're all now going to get that map control, but they were waiting. They were looking for Dashi.
You need to do it. You need to clear it out, especially on this map where there's so many lanes that have cover in between them. So if you can pull that flag, it makes things so much easier. If you're running in a direction that the team aren't, then they can't really cut you off because there's only really a gate you can go through to cut in between or go to water from stairs. And there's so many flags that can be pulled sort of secretively and then worked away within this map. So you need to make sure you're clearing your spawn out before you make a push forward.
That's one thing pros are always really good at, right? It's not only are they, making decisions, spawn manipulation, taking their gunfights, communicating with each other, but they're also very good at tracking exactly who is up, who is down, and where they may be, holes in their map.
Sensor on a 3 streak right now, trying to get something going. Should be dead in a second, and is Raiden finds him. Now, you can see Complexity don't know where Zero is now, and that's why they're all lingering around their spawn. They eventually find them, but because he's done that, that's now invited pressure from mid-map. Red Reserve can push forward. They find a couple. Now, Joe, there's the only guy left alive in and around fire. He's going to go for it. Senses that, shut it down, though, and the map is going to be reset.
Here we go. Once more, Zero looks like he's going to hit the flank.
Yeah, they're going to spawn at lights, and they've just hightailed it. Right decision to make.
Zero's got it. Now they have to go back here. Complexity weren't expecting Zero to do this, and Zero's actually going to try and run it the long way out. But he's got so many people to take down, and Blaze just says, you know what, we're good.
He did the right thing because Rated was down that side street. So if he can run it towards Rated giving him cover is obviously better than running through the middle of the map where Complexity are. So really good stuff by Red Reserve, not able to capitalize on what they made. Scraps hasn't got a kill yet.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Okay. I mean, he really hasn't, outside of the end of the hard point, he's not had he hasn't had a very good game, has he?
He's not had a Scraps game. That's what you're trying to say here. He's had an okay game.
Yeah, he hasn't played badly, but we expect more of him. We really do, and right now he's not delivering on what we typically expect out of him.
Especially since we're about to see a stalemate as well. They're desperately trying to hunt him down. Joe just ends up mantling at the wrong time as he goes down as well. Blast has completely turned this around. Scraps now 0 and 8. That flag's going home. Complexity will take the lead.
Dashi might actually be close to streaks as well. I'd be interested because he's on a 4 streak. Yep, there you go. Glide bomb being called in. And this could be the start of the end of the CTF already, because streaks start getting called in. You get more streaks, you get more flags. It's as simple as that. Sensor can't win that gunfight against Joe, who might be the last guy to defend, but there you go. The flag's being pulled through Cole. Dashi gets the final kill. That's another flag. Streaks available. Zero might be there to shut it down, but he's got a hard task in front of him.
That's going to be a pick and run. Trying desperately to get out of there. He has managed to do it.
Well.
Artillery. Oh no, it's a glide bomb coming in. He's not sure where to go. Now he's going to try and get out. But there are so many streaks on the field. You remember, there's a fighter pilot. There's artillery ready to go. anything could happen with this one. Also, we're seeing Joe trying to hit that flank again. Can he manage to win that gunfight? No. So we go down. Raid's in trouble, but Scraps is closing in. They're trying desperately to put this pressure on.
Dashi was very, very weak for a second as Scraps pushes forward. He knows Dashi's there. Is he expecting the challenge? He is. And Rated went all the way around. Ricky is going to pick up Scraps. Do they know where Rated is? No, they don't. Dashi gets taken down. Ricky tried to thread the eye of a needle right there.
Rated is chasing. Rated says, you come back here with that flag.
He's trying to chase now. Sensor all alone. Joe finds him. Rated will return and the flag will go in. What looked like doom for Red Reserve is suddenly turning them to drawing this up, and they may have another opportunity here. They are in fire. They're trying to cause problems. Rated was on a bit of a streak. They are going to get shut down though. That's looking like it might be it for this half.
Rated, big plays from him there to get that one down. Zero gets two and now looks for it. Sensor, he's coming. Is he wise to it? He is going to have that cover as well. Sensor just plays his position and doesn't worry about it too much as we go into the second half 1-1. But what a side it's been.
It's been backwards and forwards, and if anything, I feel bad for complexity of the scoreline because I feel like they deserve a lead at this point. Had plenty of control, but they just couldn't do it.
Rated.
Yeah, Rated's really come up clutch, and Red Reserve has shown their quality when they needed to. 1-1 now, as we go into the second half. Complexity fighting for their tournament lives, yeah.
They certainly are, and so are Complexity. They don't want to go home quite yet. 5 minutes left to go, and they do have the utility, though. You've got to remember streaks there. What's that, 2 artilleries and a fighter pilot?
And they're on the good side to use streaks on as well. If you can use that artillery effectively when you're pushing through fire, you could cut off everything from useless, and it could be really big score here for Complexity if they can get things going. They need to set themselves up for that, though. They need to shut Red Reserve down first before they can get those flags.
Trying to do some work, but Blast is equal to it, and now they're going for it. We could be seeing something coming in here. Maybe a fighter pilot they drop to try and clean out Red Reserve. No, it's going to be an artillery. They are going to drop the artillery as well. Blast is waiting. He's going to know. Zero's trying to hold this angle. Can't quite get it. I think he got stuck as well. He did, but managed to win the gunfight just in time. This is a game of inches between these two.
I don't know if I agree with that artillery coming in yet. I would have waited until they had control in fire, had a couple of people in fire, had control mid-map, and then you call it. But here we go. Here's another one going down. Scraps going to try and survive this one. The flag is gone. Joe is hightailing it all the way through. Zero has got the lockdown, and somehow Red Reserve are looking like they will probably take a lead, but Blast is there to say something about it. He wants to answer back. Joe should go down and does.
Blast has been a standout player for them so far, and now that fight pilot comes in, there is one man who can do something, and that guy is Scraps. He's pinned in, he gets the kill anyway. He's somehow going to get this and get out. Scraps was already tagged up when he took that challenge, and now he's hightailing it. Now he's running for his life, knowing that he's got so much work to do still.
Ricky got the kill on him though. Joe is momentarily all alone. They may just return that sensor. Waiting for Rated, who's pre-aiming that one. He gets a kill as well, and the flag is returned. 2-2 between these two now.
However, a lot of utility used. I think there's maybe one artillery left. Actually, no, I think they've used both.
Yeah, I think they did use both. So Blast is starting to work on some streaks. He's very, very weak though. They'll know that Red Reserve. A lot of kills being traded in the mid-map here. Nobody really in a position to do anything. Rated's just defending, but Dashi putting shots in. Scraps is the only determining factor here. Everybody else is putting up decent numbers. 4 and 14 from him though is not what you've come to expect. It really isn't.
Now, that boy knows how to gun, but not seeing it so far on this map.
Not the time of year to have a bad event. It really isn't.
Lots of wall shooting going on at the moment, so they keep firing at each other through the wall.
You see, now would be the perfect time to have an artillery, wouldn't it? Just stick it on this side of the flag, and it's easy pickings, but they get a couple of kills here anyway. Complexity. Joe is able to answer back. Ricky now. The trials are very, very hard. Head clash. Oh my days! See you later, Rated. What a shot that is, but they're going to spawn water. Still a chance here for Reserve. Scraps turns and burns on the center, and he is going to put Ricky back into fire, slowing him down anyway. Blast is there to try and provide support. Rated is going to get the kill there, but Blast all alone now. Big plays out of Scraps. Is Rated going to be able to get Blast? He is.
Big Daddy
Rated
again.
And the flag is out from Red Reserve. Zero will put this one in, and Red Reserve will take a lead with 2 minutes to go.
Unbelievable plays there. They just managed to get it, and Scraps turning on center. That was the catalyst that completely stopped that flag.
Looks like he just snapped onto him, didn't it?
Yeah.
Still only has, well, 6 kills now. Scraps starting to heat up maybe a little bit at the right time in this game.
But Blast has been hot the entire time, and now he's chasing him, trying desperately to get away. Scraps trying to stay alive, not able to get him, and both players trying desperately to win this gunfight. But no, 1 minute 35 left to go. That could be the last minute 30 in Complexity's championship run. Can they do anything now?
It'll be the last minute 30 of their year. The final match for them in World War II potentially here. Center picks up 2 inside of fire though. Joe searching for him, finds him. Looking towards mid-map. Joe nearly gets the kill, but Blast once again has the answer. 40 interactions so far for Joe. Won a game out of him. Backwards and forwards. Scraps has had a poor one, but the rest of Red Reserve put the numbers where they needed to. Zero's been quiet, but 2 flags for him on the side of Complexity. It's fairly even apart from Blast, but here they go. Ricky and Dashi making the kills. Joe answers back once more.
Joe gets 2, looks for a third, not quite able to do it. Scraps now is going to try and give chase here. Desperately trying to slow this one down. 50 seconds left. If they can stop it, if they can slow it down, they will be able to hold on to this one as he gets the second kill as well. Scraps is holding it. The rest of Red Reserve now flooding into the mid-map. It's picked up again and it could be away. No, Scraps is going to be there for the 3rd kill in a row for him. And that may be it. That may be the hope of Complexity completely ruined here as Red Reserve are going for another flag just to nail it home.
Scraps might not have gotten many kills in the game, but 4 in a row there for him is absolutely sensational. That might have just done it.
Blast, it's all on you. You're all alone. And that flag goes in, your hopes are all gone, and it's done. That will be all Complexity. You are going home. Red Reserve with a hot 3-0. They will be continuing on another loser bracket run for this team this year.
It has to be the biggest losers bracket run we've seen from them this year. We need to see performance after performance. It's a good start. 3-0 against Complexity. Bravo crowd, give it up for Complexity. What a great competitor they've been this week. Sensational stuff from Doug and the boys, but Red Reserve just a step too far.
There you go, you can see Red Reserve kind of look a little bit non-pumped at the end of that one. In the end, they wanted it a little bit more comfortable, but it could have been very, very different. Complexity certainly put on